Hello, welcome to the Courtney to Greek show. I'm Courtney. Today, we have invited gods, goddesses, and heroes to our show to get the inside scoop on the Trojan War. We'll learn about what exactly went down during the war and why it even started in the first place. We're going to start the show with Paris, Athena, Hera, and Aphrodite, the four who sparked the conflict. Check out this clip.
How can I help you, fine ladies?
At the wedding of Thetis and Peleus, Eris, the goddess of discord, rolled a golden apple into the banquet with the words inscribed, "For the fairest."
The three of us believe that we are the fairest and deserve the apple. We asked Zeus to judge us, but he wanted nothing to do with the matter.
So he told us to come to you, for you are an excellent judge of beauty. So tell us, Paris, who is the fairest and most beautiful?
I cannot fairly judge us. You are all very beautiful.
Then consider our brides instead. I, Hera, will make you king of Europe and Asia.
I, Athena, will ensure that you lead the Trojans to victory and lay Greece in ruins.
And I, Aphrodite, promise to make the fairest woman in the entire world, other than myself, yours.
That is a tough decision, but to you goes the apple, Aphrodite.
Our show, the one, the only, Paris! We love you, Paris!
Hi, Courtney. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Now, it is believed that the judgment of Paris is the real reason for the start of the Trojan War. Tell me, did Aphrodite keep her promise?
Yes, indeed. She made Helen the fairest woman in the world, my wife. And how...
And how did she do that? Was she not the wife of Menelaus, the brother of Agamemnon and king of Sparta?
Well, yes, she was. I had to trick Menelaus in order to steal Helen away from him.
Oh?
Yes, I went to his home in Sparta and gained his complete trust. We created a bond to help and never harm the other, but I broke the bond. When Menelaus left for Crete, I stole Helen and took her away to Troy, where we were married.
Wow, you really know how to charm a girl, eh, Paris?
I sure do.
What happened then?
Well, naturally, Menelaus was outraged to find Helen gone when he came home from Crete. So he called on her old suitors and planned to sail to Troy to retrieve Helen.
Did they ever find her?
Yes, they did. Menelaus and I dueled and he injured me. Aphrodite saved me from death and took me back to my own bed in Troy and brought Helen with me.
So Aphrodite was on your side?
Yes, and Hera and Athena were not. They were angry because I had not given either of them the golden apple.
Interesting.
The war nearly ended once Aphrodite took me away.
Menelaus thought he had won, correct? And demanded to have Helen back. Hera did not want the war to end until Troy fell.
Right. She told Athena to have a Trojan shoot an arrow at Menelaus. He was wounded and the Greeks were enraged. The fighting continued.
Is it true that you were shamed into rejoining the war?
Yes, Hector made me feel guilty for not fighting, so I gave in.
And you ended up dying.
That I did. Now I've come from the underworld to talk to you.
Well, thank you for doing that. I hope it wasn't too much trouble.
Not at all.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Our next guests we have on the show are none other than Olympic royalty. Give it up for Zeus and Hera. Woo! Woo! It's great to have you on our show. Now, tell us, Hera, how did it feel when Paris chose Aphrodite over you?
Oh, I was completely mortified. How could he choose someone like her over someone like me?
Oh, am I sensing a little jealousy? Okay, moving on from that. Zeus, why did you end up changing sides in the war?
Well, you see, originally I was helping out Hector and the Trojans when Hera came up to me, and I'm out in Olympus. She seduced me and used a sleeping potion so I could fall asleep. I mean, this angered me because, you know, it allowed the Greeks to move forward in the Trojan War. And because I couldn't help the Trojans anymore, I mean...
Well, I couldn't have him helping Hector and Paris. My husband, my own brother, helping out that wench? I couldn't stand that.
I ended up staying neutral because Hera was so disagreeable when I opposed her. Inside, I still like the Trojans. Oh.
Okay, I think it's time for a commercial
Hera,
break.
I'm not done with you.
We'll be right back. You might need those keys just in case.
It's 6:58.